We've been talking about the next Yankee manager, and in the land of analytics, the stars of baseball are the GMs and the people they hire to crunch the numbers and come up with, well, what do we do in this spot? How important is it? Why do we criticize managers anymore? Because in a true analytic world, they're just following the numbers.
No, there's a lot to that. And I would say, Michael, just follow it from when we were kids. And if the team was swooning, everything was about fire the manager.
Right.
If the team was doing great, it was all credited to the manager. The manager, going way back to the old days, was the front office. There was only a GM and a manager, and that was it. So the manager obviously was the key man in the organization. It's no longer the case. But I think managers, and we see this in the postseason, affect winning a great deal. Even in the regular season. Look, Dusty Baker is out of a job, and I know he wasn't at the forefront of the analytics revolution, right? He's really old school. However, he led to a lot of winning over the last 2 years in Washington. So there's a lot to be said for those kind of soft skills in leadership, encouraging players, maximizing performance. But tactically, I think you could see, Dave Roberts, A.J. Hinch, Terry Francona, it's vitally important to understand what your front office has and getting all of that information, because there's more than ever before, getting it to your players to give them competitive advantages.
So that being said, were you surprised, A, that Girardi was not retained, and B, that the owner of the Yankees, Hal Steinbrenner, said that if they won the World Series, he was still going to let him go?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I mean, I thought, and I know, and Michael, you're closer to the situation, but I know, look, Joe, is a prideful guy, and the Yankees are a prideful organization, and there's bound to be some friction there that just is natural. He'd been there a long time. I think a lot of it is kind of personality driven, because I think Joe did a very good job over the last few years. So better than competent, a very good manager. But you have to fit in with the organization, and I don't know how much. Now, I know analytically he obviously had the binder. He was very locked into it. But was he facilitating all that information, and do you make it a seamless flow from the baseball ops department down to the field?
Right.
And that's what the manager has to do, and possibly that wasn't going so well. But there's no way if they won the World Series you fire him. There's no way. You cannot do that.